Just giving that allowance for them to actually say, actually, we do have something that you can help us out with. If you help them get out of a bind, for sure they will remember you and your name will pop up when the next project rolls again. Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to Speak Easy Live. My name is Anna. Welcome back to the channel. If this is the first time you're meeting me, I am a freelance voiceover talent myself. That means I have my own studio at home and I run the business. And that's what Speak Easy is all about. I am here to give you some tips and tricks that you can use to get your voiceover business off the ground too. So, we are doing a series of top questions that voiceover or the new ones tend to ask, and we are going to question number 2. So it says, I know it's great to have new clients, but I also want to get repeat clients. How can I do that? Actually, I've already talked about this at length in an older video, but yeah, let's talk about it again because I know that it builds so much confidence in a voiceover talent when they are asked to do a project with a client that they have already provided a service for, because it means that they trust you and they believe in what you can do. They like your work ethics, they like the work you put out. And, it just builds that much confidence in a voiceover talent. I mean, I can speak for myself on that one as well. And another thing that is good about having repeat clients is you don't have to prove yourself to them anymore because yeah, they already came back, so they like your previous work with them. So that means they're also seeing your value and they're more likely to be willing to pay full price, as opposed to with newer clients, they do tend to ask for discounts just because they don't know how you work yet. And you also want to give that to them so that they will come back. You want them to test you out. So that's okay as well. That's something that you can do for newer clients. But repeat clients are those that you should care about and really try to please, because they already know what you're worth, and chances are they're more likely to be willing to meet you where you want to go in terms of price. But let me just get it straight. It's good to have a good balance of both. Okay, so what do you do if you want your clients to keep coming back to you when they need voiceovers for their products, for their events, or for whatever it is that they're working on? So let's have a look at that right now. For me, the number one thing that you should work on, but it's very, very powerful, is excellent communication. So be easy to reach, and easy to understand and clear about what's possible. I mean, it's good to have boundaries, but you also want to have like leeway for your clients. So it's good that if you're able to communicate that with them, that you're going to help them instead of just, do what it is that you have to do and that's it. But you always want to go the extra mile for them. And it's good if you can communicate it with them. And then also communicating with them right away if there's some sort of delay that's happening on your end. I think that's very important to them. And also, you have to let them know. Okay, I feel that this is so important because a lot of voiceover talents tend to be a little shy in asking questions and also clarifying things that are not clear to them. But that's the whole point of those meetings that you have with your clients. You are supposed to be on the same page with them. So that's part of good communication. So if there are any vague directions from them, then you have to make sure that you ask for clarifications until you're satisfied that you understand what it is that they're trying to say. Clients really love working with someone that they don't have to worry about, that once that call is done, once that meeting is done, they know that everything is going to go well, as you know, as much as it can go well, that they know that you're going to try your best to do what it is that they want from you. So, good communication, actually, excellent communication is number one on my list. Okay, number two for me is to exceed expectations. So, for me, going that extra mile is something that will help the client remember you. So, if they said that the turnaround can be 5 days, try to deliver in 3 days. If they ask you for just one take, give them 2 or 3 takes. That's what I always do. I give my clients 3 options, even if they don't ask me for options. And if they do ask me for 2 or 3 options, I give them five. Just go that extra mile. And believe me, they'll appreciate that so much. What else? Little touches like naming the files properly. Say, for example, they ask you to record something and then they ask you to break down the files into three. I would actually go out of my way to naming the files that would be easy for them to locate what file goes here, or what was the first file, what is the second file, and what is the third file. Little touches like that will really help the client remember you, and if you made their lives easier, then they'll probably want to go back to you. Fast turnarounds means if they have an update or an additional instruction, you will get back to them on that instruction right away. Now, please understand, I'm not asking you to be on call 24/7, but as soon as you see it and as soon as you can attend to that question, try to answer it right away. Don't wait too long, just so that you can put your client at ease that everything is going well with the project, and also that you are going to be able to apply the changes or the additional things that they want on the project. Now, you'd be surprised because a lot of VO artists actually say no to requests that come after the contract signing or the agreement. Try to be a little bit flexible when it comes to those things. And if, like, the client asks you, hey, can you do this little thing for me? If you can just squeeze this in, and, if you can do it, do it. Don't ask for an extra charge. For sure, that will help the client remember you. If you're going to be that way as a collaborator in their project, I think they would want to work with you again. I usually don't ask for extra charges for anything that I can do in like under 5 minutes. It's fine. I just give it to them for free. Now, before I give you some follow up strategies, please, if you are new to this channel, I hope that you can subscribe and also give it a like if you haven't yet, and also share it with your friends who are also aspiring to become voiceover talents like you and me. Here are some simple follow up strategies that you can also use to get repeat clients. It's as easy as saying thank you. So after the project is done, send a short message, something like, thanks for trusting me with this project, and I would love to work with you again anytime. Because sometimes after you are paid, voiceover talents tend to not reach out to the client anymore, and that's not going to help the client remember you. But if, like, after you're paid and everything is good and approved, go ahead and send a message to the client and say thank you. I had a wonderful time working with you, and I really do hope that I can work or collaborate with you again. Saying thank you is easy, but let me tell you, that doesn't go around anymore. It's not as common as you think. Number two, for strategies that can help you get those repeat clients, is ask if they need help with anything else. I always do that. So, apart from saying thank you, I always tell them that, if there's anything I can do, even after, please let me know. Just giving that allowance for them to actually say, actually, we do have something that you can help us out with. If you help them get out of a bind, for sure they will remember you and your name will pop up when the next project rolls again. Here's another one: offer a loyalty bonus. Say something like, if you ever need multiple projects done monthly, I do offer a repeat client discount. Now, it makes them feel valued. So, this is kind of like frequent flyer privilege, so you get discounts or you get other perks, right? So if it's something that they always do, like for example, they have AVPs, like videos for their products every month or every 2 weeks, you can always offer to do that for them at a more affordable price. Give them a package or something. So that's another strategy that you can do. This one, I really have to work on myself, but that's checking in after a few months. So this is, for example, you work with a client and then it was good, everything went well, but you haven't heard from them like after 2 months, maybe you can send them an email and say, hey, I hope everything's going well with you. I just want you to know that if you do need a voiceover for your upcoming projects, I'm here to help you out, and just let me know how I can help you. It takes a little bit of guts and you have to just put yourself out there because that's how you'll get repeat clients. Some clients work with the same VO over and over again because it's just easy to work with them. It's enjoyable, it's easy. So that's the reason why most clients would go back to you over and over again. So be that person that they don't have to give the instructions over and over again. Make sure that you're that voiceover talent who gets their instructions or put in more effort or go the extra mile, and be that person that will not charge them for every single thing that they ask of you even after the agreement. I think if you would just be that person who is easy and enjoyable to work with, you will be able to get those repeat clients. So hopefully that helps. And again, if you have any other questions, please let me know down at the comment section down below, and I'll try my best to answer them for you. But in the meantime, that is all I have for this video, which hopefully answers your question about how to get those repeat clients back. So again, this has been Anna, and you have been tuned in to Speak Easy. I'll see you on the next video. Cheers.